Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kremer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. So if you are also in the U.S., I hope you had a great holiday weekend. If you are outside of the U.S., I hope you had a great Monday. So things are getting back to normal here and people really celebrated, and it was nice to get out and about and see people and everything. So let's get started. I don't think anybody's joined me yet. There's somebody. Hello, hello. All right, so these are all the places you can find me. You can see I have the next mini catalog and the celebration brochure here. As a demonstrator, we got them early. And you can also see, hopefully, I don't know if you can read it in the video. It says July through December. It actually starts August 3rd. As a demonstrator, you get free copies of these and you get to pre-order. So right now I can pre-order from the mini catalog and I can pre-earn celebration items. If you're thinking of joining Stampin' Up, and I know at least one of you is considering joining my team, that would be so much fun. You can pre-order, you can order from the mini catalog as part of your starter kit, and you can find a link here at northstarstamper.stampinup.net. There's a place that says join, and that will take you to join if you want to join me now. Reach out to me if you're thinking about it. I would love to have you on my team. We stamp twice a month, so one time we just stamp and then I have a team meeting, and that's more business, so I don't force people to, you know, I don't only want business-minded people on my team. So if you're just joining for the discount of our products, I won't be coercing you into making it a business. So that's why we keep stamping separate. So we are talking about patterned paper. Hello, hello everybody. Thank you for joining me. All right. So when I'm done with this video, I'm going to create a video tutorial for Sweet as a Peach. And this is what the stamp set looks like. It is on page 61 of the annual catalog. And then there's coordinating dies. I know I've shown you this before, but when I'm done with this video, I have a helper who's going to help me create my video tutorial for this. And I have so many samples that I had to force myself to stop creating samples using this stamp set. So right now we're having a sale on DSP, as hopefully you know that, which is why we're using patterned paper today, actually all month in my videos. And there's patterned paper that coordinates with the Sweet as a Peach. And here are the colors, whoops, upside down. Here are the colors in that patterned paper. So if you're buying patterned paper on sale, throw on this stamp set. You see it's $18. And then I will give you access to the video that I'm going to create later tonight. So that was my little sales pitch. Let's get started. Our pattern paper sale includes, I want to say nine pattern papers. I hope this shows up. Sorry if it doesn't. I'm on page 130 of the annual catalog. So the ones that are on sale are Beauty of the Earth, Bloom Where You're Planted, Hand Penned, In Good Taste, In the Wild, Pansy Petals, Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, this is the one we're using today, and the Peaches, which I just mentioned. Those are all 15% off if you buy them between now and August 2nd. So we are using the Tidings of Christmas, and you've seen this before, and I missed that. I forgot I had a typo there. So it is Tidings of Christmas, and this is page 89. Those colors don't really scream Christmas to me, and I love that they included Sahara sand. That's not something I would normally put in my Christmas cards, so I thought that was, unless I'm making a nativity scene, then I might use Sahara sand. So those are the colors we're working with today, and I have them to show you. I have one card made, and then we're going to make another one. So the first Monday video of every month from now through December is going to be Christmas. So this is obviously Christmas in July. These papers are very pretty. I like them very much. So there's the front and the back. And you can see I punched a Christmas tree out of that. So that is the back. So, and that is soft succulent. I would not have thought to put that in a Christmas card either. So there's those two. And the red could be non-Christmas even. Some of them do look Christmassy, like with the evergreens and the holly. This one just looks like it coordinates with that Enjoy the Moment, which I can't find that stamp set, sadly. There's the Sahara Sand. Oh, that was the back side of this. Oh, I only have one sheet of this for some reason. It must be hiding. But isn't that beautiful? That's the Evening Evergreen. Sorry, I'm not watching comments. Let me get through the DSP and then I'll look through to see if there are comments. This is the one I used on my sample. So this one could make a nice fall card. Put some brown and crumb cake with that. That'd be nice for fall, even though it's considered a Christmas. The green is really pretty. That one does look Christmassy to me with the holly. So that's what's in the Tidings of Christmas. These are from the In Color Designer Series paper, and they do come 6x6. These are not on sale, sorry, but I did want more green in my card. And then this is actually from Bloom Where You're Planted. Let me make sure that's right. I was just looking for a DSP that had my dark green in it. And yes, this is from Bloom Where You're Planted. You can see the brick is on the back side. Now I did use this now retired Christmas tree punch, or evergreen, I guess, not technically. We do have one in the catalog, but the sides of the tree are not straight, and I think it's about the same size. So if you do have the new punch, then you could make a similar card. You could always just cut rectangles or triangles and leave the stem or the trunk of the tree off. So that is where I got my paper from. Those. What's next? Let's show you my card. Oh, I was gonna. Hello, everybody. All right, I think we're good. So this was the card I made. I used the rectangle stitched dies, and I just got these last week. I put off purchasing them because I thought I can cut a rectangle. I don't need to buy dies. But it would be really difficult to cut out that rectangle because it is kind of a window. I meant to pop it up so you could tell better. I find it really difficult to cut shapes out of, in this case, my Designer Series paper. So I did use a die on that. And I actually didn't even use the biggest die. I think it was the third biggest die was my no, I did, let's see if I remember. I did just cut the rectangle the size I wanted it, and it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my card front. And then I used the rectangle die, and again, I think it was the third largest to cut the shape out there. In hindsight, I wish I had embossed that, but anyway. And that is one of the dies in there. And then my punched Christmas tree. This was just scrap from the back side of that paper. So there's the back side. So I just decided to put that on there, but I thought it added a lot to that. So I didn't quite finish this. I mean, it could be done. There's nothing wrong with that. But I thought we would put some bling on our card because I want you to see what a difference something as little and simple as that could make. I think we're going to use those. Put that to the side. And I just store mine in here so that I know what they're called. These are the Gilded Gems. Using my Take Your Pick tool with the putty end. I'm hoping everything, oh, it does look dark. Let's see if I can get my light to shine over here on the corner more. I'll just have to work up here more. Sometimes I try to pick up this and sometimes it doesn't work. So I go under there and there's a glue dot on there. And so I put it on my tool. And then it's easy to place it right where you want it. So we'll just do a few of these. So should we put one at the top of each tree? I'll put a large one at the top of each tree, kind of like a star. Have you started thinking about Christmas cards yet? And if you remember, there used to be a Minnesota fabric store. I think it was called Minnesota Fabrics, but they were all over the country. Sadly, they, I believe, went out of business. But my friend and I used to go, they would have a Christmas in July event. It's when all their Christmas fabric would come. Now, see the difference that those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gems made. I think it makes a big difference. I did stamp on the inside of my card and added a layer. So my friend and I would go to join Minnesota Fabrics Christmas in July every year. It was like a tradition. Sometimes that's the only time we saw each other all year. So that was a lot of fun. Anyway, there's my first Christmas card. The Merry Christmas stamp came from For Unto Us, and if this looks familiar, it's because it is familiar. It was in last year's mini catalog. I'm calling it the fall catalog, just so that I don't have to explain every time that July to December really is August to December. So it's the fall mini catalog, and this did carry over, and this is the stamp I used on the front, and that's the one I used on the inside. So we are going to make a card together, so I need to get moving. We're going to use our designer series paper, which is why I left it here, and I have a card sketch that we're going to use, and this could be used with any designer series paper. And again, I'm focusing on designer series paper every Monday during July because it's on sale. We'll leave that there. We are going to use, I'll show you this, and then we're going to use Sahara Sand as our card base, and then I have a layer of the Evening Evergreen. So there's our two of each of those. And I did make one of these up earlier, so I know I want pattern papers. I think those might be interesting. I wish I had my other one of these, because that's very pretty too. That might be kind of dark. Or these. Do you like the small print or the large print? I will ask you that. Then I'm going to leave the rest of those there. So I'm going to cut my DSP so that it makes two card fronts. So do we want the small print or the large print? I will go ahead and cut this while you chime in. I have to find my note. Things out of the way. So this is standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Actually, that's my base. And then this is a card layer that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut my designer series paper. We'll start with the Sahara Sand at, we're going to make it 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. You could make it 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and I'll explain why after I get it cut. And I'm putting my cards together. These measurements will be on my blog hopefully tomorrow. So, what did I say? 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Large print, large print. All right, it's a large print. I see 2 large prints. Thank you, Anne and Alma. Oh, where to go? 4 3/4. These are great pieces for another one. By 3 1/2. I think maybe what I'll do for my last video in July, we'll use all these scraps so that you get good use out of your pattern paper. So there, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I'm going to layer them, the 2 pieces together, and I'm going to put them at an angle. I'm hoping you can see. I think you can. And I'm going to cut it. Let's get these folded. I bought a new bone folder, so I'm back to using a Stampin' Up bone folder. And our Evening Evergreen. And then there were our pieces. I cut them in half. And I'm going to swap them out. Quick way to make 2 cards. You could also... Oh, that's pretty too. Maybe we'll do different. Make them different. I do like this angle better, I suppose. There's no direction on this. I did make one of these this afternoon with a different pattern paper. Actually, the peach paper. So that one did have a direction. Oh, it didn't switch it. But we're going to do that just to show you that you can... Our pattern paper is awesome. The colors usually coordinate front and back. So it's interesting with that. Anyway, let's get some adhesive. And I am going to use Seal today. Okay, so I said that you could make these different sizes. So the way I have it, I just have room for a small gap. If this were narrower, you could have a wider gap here and then actually stamp a sentiment or something in there. But I'm going to line these up pretty well. So you can play around a little bit with the size of that rectangle of pattern paper. Sorry, I need to not talk for just a second and get this lined up. So I looked here to make sure this was straight, and then I looked at the gap between the two to make sure those were straight, and that's pretty even. We're going to call that good. I got confused there for a second. I'll put the bottom one on first, and I'm making sure these three sides are even, and especially that that is straight. And then when I put this one on, I'm looking at this line between the two and then those edges. And if it's not straight, I don't mind. It's a handmade card. It's not supposed to be perfect. It was made by me and not a machine. So there are those. I do have some evening evergreen ribbon. Sorry, I don't know what page it's on, but it's in the catalog. I did have trouble with getting this to stay. You know what, we're just going to tie it, and then I will put glue dots underneath to hold it in place. I'm going to just do a knot. Oh gosh, words aren't coming to me. That's not good. Scissors. I love my container that has all my adhesive in it. It's awesome. Alright, so I'm going to put this down a little bit. Use my take your pick tool and pick up a glue dot. And maybe put it under there. Make sure there were no dots on that piece before I threw it away, and pick up a glue dot and put it under the ribbon to hold that in place. I think I do need one up here. Oh, maybe that wasn't quite in the right place, so I can lift that up. Oh, I need to slow down a little bit. Just going to add some trees and a sentiment. There we go. Now this is kind of loose too, so when I pulled the loose to the back, and then when I put down there we go. Make sure that opens the way I want. There we go. Oh, it still isn't staying where I want it to be. Oh well, we'll put a tree there and you won't know the difference. That one I think we'll leave the ribbon off. Which way do we want it, that way or that way? I think I want it this way. Color coordination is one of the best things I think we do. Sahara sand, who would have thought? Who would have put that for Christmas? I know I would not. Like I said, unless I was making a nativity scene and I wanted the ground to be sand colored. Alright. I do have a die here from my rectangle dies. Actually, I have a few of them. And I think we'll just use the same sentiments. Or we could add one of these. These are from Stitch So Sweetly, I believe. Or Tasteful, I don't remember. I don't know. I have a few to use. If you want to chime in, you can. I'll try to look at comments. My evening evergreen, still at my wobbly table. So I need something to stamp on. Oh, hi Rita. Yes, glue dots. I don't know what we did without them. Merry Christmas. I think we'll put... One looks funny. I must have die cut it too close to my last one. So, a few tips on stamping, which maybe you know this. So I ink. And even if I have, you can see, hopefully, let me see. There's ink around the edge, and if I push really hard on here, I would get a halo. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I have a scrap big enough. Here's a scrap. And if I push really hard, I didn't even get a halo. I'm going to push really hard and go like that. So you can see I have the halo. But if I ink, and I don't need that much because that is a pretty juicy pad. It was new in June. I have that halo, but if I am gentle with how I put it down, so I'm going to put it right where I want it, press firmly, but not squish it, and then hold it just for a second. Okay, maybe 3 seconds for the ink to go from my stamp onto my cardstock. Ink. I thought it may have dried out, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to center it, ink, hold it, press, and lift. So even though I had all that ink around the edges, it was easy to get a nice crisp image. I suppose I don't need to clean it because I need to stamp a second one. I don't know if this one is big enough. I don't think it is. No. Let's do this one just for a different shape. Ink. And lift. I haven't done my, made a video about stamping in a while. I probably need to do that again. So there are our 2 sentiments for our 2 cards. We can put these aside. I could even keep these with my patterned paper because I know, you know, that Sahara sand, those dies are ready to go for my next Christmas card. All right. I'm going to punch some more Christmas trees. I guess I need that patterned paper back. We're going to use the same ones again. And I'm turning it over when I punch just because I don't want it to go flying. Let's do a stripe and see what that looks like. Oh, that's cute. A red tree. I like the green. Let's see. What does the back side look like? Oh, the red stripes. And then from our in color DSP pack, we'll see if that's enough. I won't put that too far away. So let's get some dimensionals. So has anybody started making Christmas cards yet? I think these were my first few. And we're just gonna kind of piece them together. You know what, we'll get this out of the way. I think I do like that ribbon. I think I'm gonna mix and match. Ooh, I kind of wish I'd done them both in white. Maybe put that down there. Do you like the red tree? Or should I leave them all green? Let me know. I'm not sure I like it. If we do stripes, we could do 2 stripes. See, this is kind of where the fun comes in. And I'm sorry if I don't do what you wanted me to do. I watch another friend's live videos. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Let's put that one over there. I watch another demonstrator friend's live videos, and she has one customer who says, "You never pick what I want, so I'm not going to give you my 2 cents." So I thought that was kind of funny. Let's trim that so I can put that sentiment under there. I think I like 3 trees. No Christmas cards. All right, any ideas whether you like the red, in this case cherry cobbler tree, or not? And I am going to need some more. Let's start adhering. Let's put this one flat. Tell I don't use this adhesive very often. We'll put this one on with dimensionals. In this case, mini dimensionals. So obviously that's the paper from the Bloom Where You're Planted. Take those liners off. I think we need 3 trees. What do you think? Rita does. Oh, two of you, Rita and Alma, do like the red. Anne likes the red and stripes. All right, we'll bring that one back. So the plaids, and then I'll punch another one. This one I think we will put there. I'm going to kind of tuck it under there. Oh, he's crooked. Dimensionals on my sentiment, and then I think this one is going to need those gilded gems too, or that one will need the gilded gems. How does that look? Oh, there, I was making it sideways. So you like the red stripe. Red stripe. I don't mix my patterns very often, so I'm glad you're here to tell me, give me suggestions. Put this one on flat. Again, this is the Tidings of Christmas, DSP. We'll put this one on dimensionals. Again, these are the minis. The large ones would work too. I just seem to have more minis than regular ones. That Alma has some cards made already. Wow, good job. And this one, maybe we'll put it over here and tuck it behind. Oh, that would have been interesting. But I already have adhesive on there. So we're going to tuck it behind. Dimensionals on here. Add some bling and we're done. It would be kind of fun to do this sketch with a whole bunch of paper. You know, to make them all different. Let me look this way. Do you want it down here? Oh, I guess we do. It fell. We'll do that. You know what? I also had these metallic pearls. We'll use these. Let's clean up a little bit. How are we doing on time? I've got time. Ooh, do you want silver or gold? I think gold. I think silver might get lost. See if it'll work this way. There we go. We're just going to put them around. These are kind of small, so I'm not going to put them. Let me look at it on maybe there. Should we put some on there too? Why not? I have them. Oh, I had said silver might be good. Oh well. So this stamp set that I used for Unto Us, obviously I only used one right now. There are angels in the new mini catalog, so that'll be fun to go with that. There's also a music embossing, what am I trying to say? Like sheet music, but it's an embossing folder. And with the angels, I thought that would be really pretty. I can't remember what else is in the mini catalog. I haven't done my order yet. Soon, maybe tomorrow. I am, to be honest, still discovering new things from the annual catalog because we've only had that, it's only been out since May. There's our cards. Let's finish these up. I have white layers. Pull back my evening evergreen. And then my inside stamp. May your heart be filled, lifted in praise this Christmas for the wonderful gift of Jesus and the joy he brings to our lives. We're gonna ink. I'm probably out of camera. Ink. I hope it's straight. If not, there are two sides on my cardstock, right? Ink. There we go. And I will adhere those and put them in my cards. So thank you for joining me. If I were thinking ahead, I'd have envelopes here and stamp on those too. I was not thinking ahead. So that's what I have for you today. As I said, I'm going to be making my product tutorial for the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. So if you order that from me anytime it's available in a catalog, I will give you access to my video as a thank you for ordering from me. There we go. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And did you have any questions about designer series paper? I do have samples here and then my color swatches. So let's see. Anne says she now needs the tree punch. So again, this is the retired tree punch, and because I had this, I don't feel like I need to have the new tree punch. I heard another demonstrator say that, well, you just have to convince people that they need both. I don't need both. Let me find that punch in here for you, Anne. Punches are before the dies. It is called Pine Tree, and it's on page 150. So it looks like this. It's not straight on the edges. Or you could just use a, just cut a triangle from your pattern paper. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me, Rita. I know you don't catch me live very often. I need to come watch you too. Yes, I'm still learning how to use pattern paper, and to be honest, I found this on Pinterest. It was greens, both the top and the bottom were different greens, and then they had a whole bunch of flowers here. So I got the idea from Pinterest. I didn't make it up. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Next week we will do some more pattern paper. I think I'm going to use pattern paper as my card base, so that'll be kind of fun. Oh, Anne has the triangle dies. Absolutely, I would use those to cut your trees. Unless you like the stamp set that coordinates with the punch. That's obviously up to you, but the triangles would work perfectly. Thank you for joining me. Let me pull this back again so you know where to find me. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping and have a great week. Bye.